brought forward a very special guest here. He's Dr. Varadarangan. He's a multifaceted personality and a very inspiring person to listen to and even follow. He turned vegan, Dr. Varadarangan turned vegan 10 years ago. He's a physicist and into specializing in wireless communication. But at some point of when he turned vegan, he felt very guilty when he heard that the music and the musical instruments, many of the musical instruments in India are made up of leather. So he changed focus and he got into manufacturing from scratch to finish, manufacturing a line of musical instruments that were leather free, which were ahimsic and also vegan. So Dr. Varadarangan, I mean, we are very glad that you've joined us here today.
Very happy to be part of this initiative, Nandita and Dr. Rupasha. It's been great interacting with you and being able to talk to you on this forum. Thanks
yes.
so much. Yeah.
So, I mean, I know that you turned vegan 10 years ago, and a week later, your wife, Mrs. Veena, also turned vegan.
Yeah, actually, we turned vegan on the same day. Only thing is, I decided to go vegan a week earlier. We wanted to set a date for a memorable day for this great transition. So we just set our marriage anniversary anyway coming up in a week's time. So we wanted to mark the day with something very special. And it turned out to be, one of the best decisions we have ever taken in our lives.
Fantastic. So can we go back to the beginning and tell us that how did you change your shift to musical instruments?
See, I have been a performer of Carnatic vocal music. I'm a sort of a childhood prodigy, you can say. I have been performing for many years since I was a small boy. Music runs in our main family. My aunt was a great musician, and my mother, she's a writer. We all hail from a very family with a lineage of literature, dance, music. So this musical background, cultural background was already there in the family. So it was natural for me to adopt music imbibe music and adopt as part of my life. So, but I was also interested in science, to put things a little bit in perspective. I was so much interested in science that music and so-called physics came together with me. So I had fantastic friends during high school who motivated me to do physics. So that's how I did my MSc physics and then PhD in wireless communication. So since I was already a performer, in 2010, when I became vegan, as you also mentioned, I started feeling very guilty about the fact that I was using skinned instrument. In the case of my Carnatic music, South Indian music, we use an instrument called mridangam, so which is a skinned instrument. Of course, many percussion instruments are skinned instruments. But these instruments, like you also heard of tabla, right? They are very special. They are not like ordinary musical instruments, percussion instruments. They have something, I'll explain to you sometime a little later, what makes them special. So this was one of the challenges. And then the realization occurred that when the instruments I'm using are products of cruelty, I decided to give a very hard try about avoiding that. I had no idea I was going to go. Absolutely, it was on a clean piece of sheet of paper. I had to write everything. So fortunately, and fortunately for the animals and for the environment, it turned out to be a very fruitful exercise. And now we are in a stage I export to about 25 countries these instruments.
Yeah. Awesome.
Fantastic. So what were the challenges you faced when you searching for alternative ahimsic or vegan materials?
I would put this question, what was not the challenge? For me, that is simpler to answer than what was the challenge. The challenge was to find the right material. See, the traditional mridangam, if you take, it's made of wood, it's made of animal skin, cow skin, goat skin, and buffalo skin also. And for the, I'll just show you because now we are on the topic, I'll just show you this. This is similar to the traditional cow, made of cow skin, the instrument. This black part is made in the animal skin version with boiled rice and iron oxide powder and some ingredients like that. So that is the only known combination of materials that will work, that has been working for centuries or maybe even more, many centuries. So something to replace that it's called siyahi, or we call it as karnai or sadam or so. Different names are there. It's also called gab. So or masala also is the term. So to first thing was to get the right material for the head. What do you use? Do you use plastic? Do you use metal, or do you use something else? So that was relatively easy to find the material because Western drums were already there. Western drums, they play the drums. So the material was kind of known, but I didn't know whether it's going to work for my application. So I had to first test that material for its basic acoustic characteristics, and then find something that can replace this black spot, the masala. So that was the most challenging part, because if I could crack that, I would have cracked almost 50–60% of the problem. So I tried different materials, everything failed, because it's a guesswork, right? What would work, I don't know. So one fine day I went to the market with, I failed miserably initially with so many materials. So one day I went to the market, found something, it was like a paste. I brought it very uninterestingly, disinterestingly, I applied it, and I just tried. Next day morning, when I woke up, it was giving a beautiful sustained tone.
Fantastic.
That's a moment of truth, I would say. So I had to crack the problem to an extent. I knew that there is an alternate set of materials which could work for this kind of an application. And then that was a great thing. Then, of course, there were many challenges. How to make that, it was a paste, like toothpaste. So how do you make it into a, because it will stick to anything. You apply something, it will stick. Hand, it will stick. Tool, it will stick. So how do you make it non-stick? So that was a challenge. So I found some ingenious ways of doing that. And then the head making, the process of making the drum head, so that was very difficult. And the entire thing, the tuning mechanism, the fiberglass shell. So all these were completely new and posed so many challenges. And after doing all that, the pitch used to vary. When you beat hard, the pitch would drop down, or it would drop down with, when it lowered the temperature. So many scientific, it has to be looked in scientific angle to, tackle each of these technical issues. There were at least 20–30 issues that I had to work really hard on. Yeah. So finally, perseverance only has paved the way for this, because it's not that I did something extraordinary, but somehow I lingered on. I kept on persisting. So I think that was the key. In spite of so many failures, so many setbacks, so many problems, issues, difficulties, whatever you call, all this came like a battalion, I would say, and then I had to fight all of them. So because I persisted through, I think it came out very well.
Fantastic.
It's a good product which is appreciated by a lot of artists today. Yeah.
So you started with a mridangam.
Yes, correct.
And then now you've expanded your lines to even the tabla and other instruments as well.
Right. So currently I have 4 instruments. I'll show 2 of them today. So one is the mridangam, which I'll right now show you how it is made so that I can complete it. So you can see this is just like the regular, if you have seen a mridangam, this is just like that. This is the South Indian mridangam, whatever I did initially, the first one, and which is one of our main products. So this is having a right head with a black spot, as I mentioned, and a left head which has something inside, but it's not black in color. So you can see the tone of this, which is just like the right tone, and this is the left side. So like that. So you play the instrument like this, something like that. Okay. So this body is made of fiberglass, and the drum heads are made of polyester film. And this thing I was telling you, which was very elusive, this is made of rubber, synthetic rubber. And there are a lot of advantages. It also turned out that this technology had so many advantages when compared to the traditional, instrument. Where the black spot which I use here, that's the masala or gab, is a permanent attachment. It will not wear off. Whereas in the traditional instrument, you have to replace it very frequently. Almost, if some people even replace it after just one concert, or maybe 3 months, 6 months like that. So there's a lot of recurring expenditure and maintenance and costs of all that. So here it saves a lot of time and hassles for and also saves money for the artist.
So are these available now across India? are these
They
instruments?
are available anywhere in the world. I mean, anybody can purchase. We have a website, www.carniamusicals.com, through which people can just go to the website and order right online. You know, there's no need to communicate and get a quotation. Everything is available. So they pay. There's a payment gateway. They click and they can order.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll show you the tabla also because we are on the topic.
So Dr. Varadarangan is also known. Okay, let's stop and we'll continue. Yes.
So this is the tabla. This is the right side. This is just also called tabla, or this is also called dayan. So you can. So this is the right side. So the left side is bigger. This is a bigger side. This gives a deep humming sound. This is a bass. Every percussion instrument generally has two parts. There is a high-pitched part and there is a very low-pitched part. Mridangam also, you can see the right side is high-pitched, whereas the left side is very low-pitched. Likewise in the tabla, the right head dayan has a high pitch and this is a low pitch. So, and it's get a great sustain, low pitch. So, actually, I myself don't know how to play this instrument. Unfortunately, I'm not a percussionist. So, I'll not be able to show you the playing of the instrument, but during the sometime later, we can share some clips where the professionals have played and it just sounds amazing.
Yes, yes. We remember that you have participated in the Ahimsa festival and you had a fantastic demo in
Right.
2017 when you all the way.
Yeah, correct. There was actually a live demonstration of the Mridangam that I had developed. Tabla was not yet fully developed, but I still brought it just to show that this is on the anvil. So
Yes.
we have now the Mridangam, the tabla, and also there is another. You must have seen this Hare Krishna people. They use an instrument similar to the Mridanga, but with a smaller mouth and a larger left side head. So that also we do. I don't have immediately to show you, but that's something that we already have. That is also something that we market and export regularly. And we also have a variant of the Mridangam, which is called Madhyale. So the Madhyale is also ready, but it's used only in Karnataka and Kerala. The type of Madhyale we have made is only used in Karnataka. So very specific, particular system of music and dance. So that's also. So totally about 4 instruments are completely done and we are marketing them.
So your vision must be to make all instruments vegan.
Absolutely. So in fact, yeah, only problem is time, because every instrument needs, the Mridangam took almost 5.5 years, if you can really think how it has evolved. Tabla has taken about 1.5 years, not as large as the time consuming as Mridangam, because we had basically all the elements in place. So adaptation to the tabla format was what it took about 1.5 years. And the Khol, the Hare Krishna thing I told you, it's called Khol, KH Boyan. That took about 1 year to develop. And the Madhyale hardly took about 4 months to 5 months. So, if somebody can support me with R&D, we can do a lot more. My plan is to have every instrument, it's a dream, of course.
Yes.
To have every single instrument being veganized, the synthetic versions. I have the capability to do a lot of them. But every instrument needs study, understanding, experimentation, developing the components. So it's a whole lot of process. So how far I can go, I do not know, but definitely that's a big dream. So I will be definitely doing a lot more. Hopefully, if I'm healthy and if I'm fit. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm so impressed that a vegan scientist, sees musical instrument and he understands the cruelty behind the traditional instruments and decides to dedicate his life to remove the cruelty from the music and to save animals, be friendly to all beings on this earth, and yet enjoy the music. What a revolution. Dr. Varadarangan, how do you feel every morning when you wake up and when you go to sleep in the night? What are the thoughts that come to you?
Absolutely fantastic. It's ecstasy, if I can say. So because one thing that I have felt is, till I did this instrument, I often thought my life was a waste. I didn't do anything for, much, for the benefit of the planet or the animals. although I was vegan, but this I started very soon after turning vegan. So looking back, I felt I was just a waste body, only, weight to the earth, a burden to the earth. So after doing this, I feel really fantastic. But only thing was that during the time of development, I was very stressed. Like the stress really took a toll to a certain extent on my health. But yeah, it took some time for me to recover from the sickness that I had, the stress. But I think I'm getting better now. So except for that little setback, I'm otherwise very happy with what I could do. It's also partly, I think there is something that cooperates with you when you try something very big like this. And there have been a lot of lucky things also that have happened, good things that have happened, which I consider as lucky. Because first of all, there existed a set of materials which could give the same sound. This is something that nobody knew, so it was discovered kind of thing. So, and then the instruments could be so, long lasting and lot more powerful, economical than the traditional instruments. Was another plus point. Another thing is the pitch of these instruments don't vary with temperature, which is a big problem in traditional instruments. So it kind of solves all the problems in one go. It's really amazing. I feel really fantastic about this. And also the gravity of work that I need to do, still kind of get hold of is something that weighs quite heavily on me. But it's been a great feeling, absolutely. That it comes from the fact that you're able to save lives, save animals, and even the environment. So that's a great feeling. Nothing can replace that. I'm very happy about that. Very satisfied.
Okay, great. So you will be also doing a music session at the Global Vegan Business Expo, and we're really looking forward for that.
This is a virtual thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me see. I'm still planning. So Rupa also had sent me a mail. So just thinking about what has happened because of this Navaratri season. No, there are some music programs going on, and kind of caught up with that. So
all right.
Find time for this, but I'll definitely do something.
Absolutely. Yeah. So basically, Dr. Varadarangan, there's a lot of specialities in your family. We have, I think, Mrs. Veena. She started a home manufacturing unit and she made plant-based milks.
Right.
And your son, Abhay Rangan, he took it to the next level. You all started a company called Good Milk.
Right. That's
and
right.
He's now, within 3 or 4 short years, he's the businessman of the years.
Right.
He had taken I think he was doing a course in MBA and he left it and he continued with the
course in engineering. So in second year he had to drop out because he got investments, huge investments by standards of that day. So he had to just drop and focus on developing the business. And things kind of turned differently for him, but no, absolutely no regrets. He's been doing very well. And
yes, it's very interesting to see that from a different line,
right,
also got absorbed into producing plant-based milk, and now he's supplying it across India.
Right. There's something surprising, in our family, none of my previous generations or even some relatives, we are not in a very, nobody has done any business. So we are the first generation business people in my family tree, sort of, who is doing our own business.
Yes.
Something very strange, I would say, and interesting too.
Yes, so a lot of first things have happened in your family. So it's a very interesting to have a whole family experience this kind of transformation.
Right, absolutely. It's been a great transformation, especially after turning vegan. The world turns upside down. I think we all experience that. Whatever we believe becomes, we know how false our notions were and what reality is. It's completely a reversal of our thoughts, I think.
It's just like your calling.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think Dr. Rupa Shah has experienced such callings many times in her own life.
And absolutely.
Yes.
Since I am a doctor and I know that, how animals can be easily exploited for our medicines, for lab experiments, for all sorts of vaccines. I practice natural remedies. They are 100% vegan. So I feel very satisfied that all parts of my life are fully aligned to ahimsa way of living or vegan lifestyle, including the remedies that I ever prescribe to anybody or I eat it myself. So I fully understand, and we are so eagerly looking forward for your presence at the expo, and thousands more people, this message will reach that vegan is not just about food, it's also about what you think, what you
Absolutely. Correct.
wear, how you behave,
And music.
and what music is good to your ears.
Yeah.
Yes.
Music per se is something, it's like medicine. I think you'll agree with me. So
Yes.
it's one of the things that really elevates you and makes you happy, makes you peaceful, and makes you healthy. So I think your music has to be vegan if it is really wants to be what it is, claims to be, divine and all that. So this was my thinking too. That music we say is divine, we say pray to the Ma, protect me, but we do all kinds of bad things like killing animals. So a big dilemma, and then fortunately, yes, it's been a fantastic journey for me to have been able to do this, and I'm happy that Dr. Rupa Shah is also, in a similar boat in her own field of specialization.
Yeah. Yes.
It really, I know how it feels like, being able to do something for the society at large, animals and the environment.
All right. So great. Thank you very much, Dr. Varadarangan, for joining us today.
Thank you all. Again, it was great talking to you. I think we can go on talking
Yes.
hours. I think we can share ideas.
Yes.
But it's been really good
Great.
talking to you, Nandita and Dr. Basha.
So to everybody, this is the end of our bulletin for the 15th of October. We're just 10 days to go, actually. 10 days, and the Global Vegan Business Expo that starts on the 30th, 31st, and the 1st of November. It actually opens on the 25th of November for browsing.
October, 25th of October.
25th of October for just browsing. So we are actually only 10 days to go. So please stay tuned, follow us, and join us all for the Global Vegan Business Expo. Do buy your tickets now, book your tickets now, because the entire India is expected to join the movement. All right. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Rupa. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Varadarangan. Namaste, and I look forward to see you.